If you're considering moving to a community with an HOA, well, you better wait a minute and watch this video. Hey everyone, I hope that opening line wasn't too cheesy for you. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Chenkus with Charles Ruttenberg Realty here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. If you're considering a move to Florida or a move from another part of Florida, chances are you're going to encounter a community with an HOA. What does that mean? Well, that's what today's video is all about. So we're going to talk about what an HOA is, what they do, and the pros and cons of living in a community that might have HOA rules and restrictions. Let's get into it. What is an HOA for? The initials HOA stands for Homeowners Association, and it serves quite a few functions in a neighborhood. But from your perspective as a buyer or homeowner, the most important thing that an HOA does is maintain the aesthetics of the community so that property values stay high. Who exactly runs the HOA? HOAs are governed by a board of directors, which are residents of a community, and they're elected by other residents, so they have to be homeowners there, and you as another homeowner would choose them to represent you on the board of directors. Their job is to uphold the covenants, conditions, and restrictions, or CC&Rs, and all of the rules and regulations within the community. They also have to maintain the financials, manage the books, and make sure that the community is run smoothly from that perspective as well, so that your fees aren't constantly going up and things like that. The CC&Rs of the community are really important because those are going to dictate all of the rules and regulations that you would need to follow as part of that HOA. And this could be paint color, landscaping, parking overnight, all of those things that you might think are not a big deal, but are part of how the community functions. Living in an HOA can have a lot of pros and cons, so let's start with all the good things. Number one, which I pretty much already said, it does maintain property value and the aesthetics of the neighborhood. HOAs ensure that the neighborhood maintains a uniform and attractive appearance, and this can come down to homeowner maintenance on the exterior, walls or roof, lawn care maintenance, paint colors, landscaping, and even the medians in the road, sidewalks, all of the things that are part of the community. You wouldn't want your neighbor painting their house bright pink, so those decisions are handled by the HOA for approval or not, and that keeps your neighborhood looking nice. Number two, the HOA is going to manage and maintain the community amenities. That will vary depending on the type of neighborhood that you're in, but if you have a community pool, a playground, a fitness center, all the way up to a restaurant and a golf course, the HOA is going to run and maintain those amenities, and that's important for you to understand. The HOA will manage the operation and maintenance of all of those amenities and any common elements, as they're referred to, that are shared by the community. Number three, community events. Kind of goes hand in hand with the amenities, but sometimes an HOA will have a social committee or a lifestyle director that plans events for residents in the neighborhood. This is a great way to foster a sense of community. You're never obligated to go, but it is a nice way to meet your neighbors, and that's funded in part by the HOA. Number four, enhanced security. Many communities run by an HOA have a gated entrance with either a guard or a security system set up. So that is maintained and operated by the HOA as well. Certainly not a requirement of a neighborhood, but some people are looking for that extra level of security. Here in Lakewood Ranch, we have a wide variety of neighborhoods. Some have gates, some have amenities, some don't have gates, some don't have maintenance included. So the HOA is really going to dictate what is offered in that neighborhood, and it's really important for you as the buyer to fully understand what you're signing up for. This is actually a good time for me to point something else out, so let's pause on our list. If you are looking for a home in an area like Lakewood Ranch, where there are so many distinct neighborhoods, it's really important to find an agent that specializes in that area. I wouldn't expect an agent from another part of Florida to fully understand the ins and outs of every HOA, every neighborhood, the fees, the budgets, the amenities, what's offered, what the rules are. It's a lot of information, and if they're not living here and familiar with it on a daily basis, then chances are they won't know that detail. But as realtors who live here and work here, we make it our goal to know that information so that we can share it with you as our clients when you're looking for a home. If you find this video helpful and informative, please give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, drop us a comment. We appreciate you being here and hope you come back to watch more videos on our channel. Now back to the point that we were making. Not everyone will enjoy living in a community with a restrictive HOA, so let's talk about the cons of having a community that's run by an HOA. Number one, and probably the biggest factor, the fees and assessments. If your community comes with landscape maintenance and a gate and amenities, then your fees are going to reflect that. The HOA has to charge a certain amount of fees in order to keep up the maintenance and operation, so it's really important to understand what those fees are and how they're going to impact you and your budget. Number 2, strict regulations. Not everyone likes to be told what they can do to their home. We understand that. The rules and regulations set by the HOA can sometimes be pretty restrictive, and they will tell you what you can and cannot do to the exterior of your home. This can include parking, paint colors, landscape, and sometimes even holiday decor. If that type of stuff is a deal breaker for you, voice those concerns up front. It'll be really important for you to get a copy of the HOA rules and regulations to make sure that those restrictions are not going to impact your daily life. Number 3, potential for disputes. Now, while the HOA is there to handle disputes, they also can cause some tension between homeowners if you're getting fined for something that you don't feel is fair, or you're just trying to do something that you think should be allowed and they disagree with you. Homeowners may find themselves at odds with the way the board is interpreting certain rules, but remember the HOA is there to help maintain the aesthetics and property values in your neighborhood. So they're not just handing out fines because they want to, it's because they have to keep up with those rules and regulations that they've set in place. Number 4, risk of mismanagement. This is a big one and probably not one that you would know without a lot of specialized insight in this area. The effectiveness of an HOA ultimately depends on the competence of the board of directors running it. Poor management, lack of transparency, or misuse of funds can lead to a negative situation for homeowners within that community. If the board isn't doing their job well, that could potentially cost you more money in the long run. So it's really important to do your homework when you're looking at any type of neighborhood that has an HOA. Here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, there are over 50 neighborhoods, which means there are over 50 different kinds of HOA-run communities. Some of them are going to have very lenient restrictions and rules. An example would be Summerfield or Greenbrook. Those communities were built almost 30 years ago. They don't have gates or amenities or maintenance included, so the HOA is minimally involved in that neighborhood. Versus a community like Lakewood National, where they have golf courses, restaurants, pools, fitness centers, gated entrance. You're gonna have varying levels of HOA rules and restrictions depending on the type of building you're in, if you're in a condo versus a single family home. So all of those things really need to be explained to you fully so that you understand what you're getting into when you pick a neighborhood. A common question we get when people do decide to buy or build in a neighborhood that has an HOA is, but what if I want to make a change? All communities run by an HOA will have some type of approval process that you'll have to follow. So if you want to change your paint color, you'll have a list of approved paint colors. You just submit your request and the HOA will most likely approve it. Same thing for landscaping or anything else you want to do to the exterior of your home. So they won't say no, it's just that you can't do it without asking. And usually there's some type of guideline you have to follow in order for them to approve it. So in conclusion, HOAs offer a variety of benefits in a community, including access to amenities, fostering community engagement, and maintaining property value. But they also come with their own restrictions and challenges. As a potential home buyer, it's really important to review the rules and regulations, the CC&Rs, and the financials of any HOA community that you're considering so that you have the full picture of what you're getting into as a new resident in that neighborhood. By weighing the pros and cons we shared today, you can make an informed decision to see if an HOA-run community is the right fit for you. It's also crucial that you have a real estate expert helping you through this process who can share the pros and cons of all those neighborhoods and the information about the HOA so that you have all of the information you need to make the right decision. And if you're looking in Lakewood Ranch, that would be us. We live here, we love it here, and we make it our goal to learn everything we possibly can about all aspects of life in Lakewood Ranch. That way we can better serve our clients on their real estate journey. We would love to help you find the right home here in Lakewood Ranch, so if you are looking, please feel free to reach out to us. Again, I'm Courtney Chenkus with Charles Ruttenberg Realty here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to come back for more video updates, and if you want to keep watching, click the More Videos button here for a playlist of all things Lakewood Ranch.